Egypt scored twice. One goal survived. The other died to a foul a full pitch away. Stay to the end, and you'll see the exact rule that erased that goal, and why the same rule never touched Argentina all night. Fair review, or a technicality timed perfectly for the team that needed it? You decide. Egypt led Argentina 2-0 at the World Cup, 11 minutes from the biggest upset of the tournament. In the 58th minute, Mustafa Zico buried what looked like a second goal, and Egypt's bench emptied in celebration at Atlanta Stadium on July 7th. The goal vanished before the fans stopped cheering. Referee François Letexier walked to the pitch-side monitor, reviewed the build-up, and reversed his own call. Egypt stayed at 1-0 instead of 2, with defending champion Argentina still chasing the game. Zico's teammates had already mobbed him near the corner flag. None of them knew a foul from 20 seconds earlier, at the opposite end of the pitch, was about to erase the moment. Watch what the review actually caught, because it happened nowhere near the ball that crossed the line. But that's not the strangest part. Picture the sequence FIFA's video room actually followed. Not the goal, but 20 seconds before it, at the other end of the pitch. Egyptian midfielder Marwan Attia had gone in on Argentina defender Lisandro Martinez, catching his foot in the challenge. Letexier saw it live and played on. No card, no stoppage, nothing. Then Zico scored, and the video assistant referee called Letexier back to the screen anyway, flagging that earlier challenge as a foul inside what FIFA calls the attacking possession phase. There's no distance limit written into that phase, and no time limit either. That's not a glitch, that's the rule. Ask why the same clock never ran the other way before the night was over. The real cause was still hidden. Most fans think VAR only checks the seconds right before a goal. It doesn't. FIFA's rulebook lets video officials review the entire attacking possession phase, however long it runs, however far back it started. Pierluigi Collina, FIFA's own chief refereeing officer, confirmed it directly. A foul is a foul, he said, no matter how many seconds or meters separate it from the ball crossing the line. That single sentence is the whole defense. It's also the whole problem. A rule with no boundary isn't consistent. It's whatever the video room decides to look for on a given night. Ask what consistent even means under a rule like that. The same review system that reached back 20 seconds for Egypt's goal went completely silent 9 minutes later. Substitute Hamdi Fathi went down in Argentina's box after Alexis McAllister appeared to grab his shirt. No whistle, no review. Seconds before the winning goal, Mohamed Salah collided with Julian Alvarez and hit the turf face first. No whistle, no review. Again. Argentina broke the length of the pitch off that exact sequence and scored in the second minute of stoppage time. The video room that found a foul from a full pitch away twice chose not to look at contact inside Argentina's own penalty area. Hold that contradiction, because it's the one Egypt built its entire complaint around. What happened next made it worse. So how does a team up 2-0 with 11 minutes left end up eliminated? Argentina scored 3 times in 13 minutes. Christian Romero headed one back, Lionel Messi equalized, and Enzo Fernandez scored the winner in stoppage time. Egypt's head coach, Hossam Hassan, didn't wait to process it. He told reporters his team had been treated unfairly and said he wouldn't watch another match of this tournament. Forward Mustafa Zico went further, calling the tournament rigged. Egypt had waited its entire footballing history for a lead like that to hold. Neither man was talking about the goals. They were talking about the 2 calls that let Argentina keep playing long enough to score them. If you want the full file, not just the meltdown, hit subscribe, because the part FIFA hasn't explained yet is still ahead. On Wednesday, Egyptian Football Association President Hani Abo Rida signed a formal complaint to FIFA. It didn't ask for an apology. It demanded an investigation into what the federation called serious refereeing mistakes and double standards, covering Letexier and his entire video team. It also demanded the whole crew be pulled from the rest of the World Cup. FIFA confirmed only that it had received the complaint. Nothing about a timeline, nothing about a panel, nothing about whether Egypt or anyone outside FIFA's building would ever see the review. It got a receipt instead, stamped and filed like every complaint before it. Then, a second problem appeared. Letexier didn't give an interview. He deleted his Instagram account instead, after days of online abuse aimed at him and reportedly his family. But the strongest challenge to his decision didn't come from Egypt at all. Former Arsenal striker Ian Wright said if the Argentina foul got pulled back, the Salah collision should have too. Former Premier League referee Mark Clattenburg reportedly said he didn't believe the original foul should have been reviewed. Fernando Guerrero, a former FIFA video official, reportedly went further, arguing Argentina had 3 chances to reclaim the ball before Zico's goal, meaning the attacking phase had already ended. That's not a knocked-out country complaining anymore. That's 3 neutral experts calling it inconsistent. Imagine answering the most serious complaint of the tournament on a website you fully control. That's exactly what FIFA did on Thursday. Chief Refereeing Officer Pierluigi Collina said criticism of referees is part of football, but called unfounded allegations dangerous, warning they can lead to threats against officials and their families. Then he added a line nobody had asked for. Nobody can claim FIFA refereeing is influenced by anyone, he said, not even the president of FIFA. Egypt's complaint never named Gianni Infantino. FIFA answered for him anyway. One was about a video review. The other was about power nobody had mentioned. Notice the gap. And FIFA's response made everything worse. FIFA has an unwritten habit. It doesn't send referees from countries still alive in the tournament. It's not in any rule book, but it exists so nobody can ask the question Egypt is now asking. 2 days after Egypt's exit, France beat Morocco to reach the semi-finals, and every one of the 5 officials appointed to that match, led by referee Facundo Tello, came from the same country, Argentina, the team Egypt accuses Letexier of favoring. It's reportedly the first time this tournament all 5 officials for one match came from one nation. Letexier is French, and France are still playing. Sit with what that pairing implies before FIFA explains anything. FIFA built a process that guarantees this complaint never needs a public verdict. A national federation can complain, but it cannot veto a referee appointment. That decision belongs to FIFA's referees committee alone. So, if Letexier's name never appears on another team sheet this tournament, Egypt can call it justice. If FIFA quietly keeps using him, FIFA can call it business as usual. Both answers hold up, and neither one can be checked by anyone outside that building. Egypt filed the most serious complaint of this World Cup, the loudest one FIFA has faced all tournament. That's not corruption proven. That's a process that never has to stand trial. But the fans were only seeing half the story. Egypt got the complaint on paper. FIFA's own rulebook guarantees nobody outside its walls ever has to answer it. So which is it? A fair call applied consistently, or a technicality timed perfectly for the team FIFA needed to stay in?